All right, well, this is my first look at a Master. Look at this bad boy. He's got the whole Clark setup on there. Oh, that's actually a huge screen. I didn't realize how big the screen on it was.
Yeah, readable. Bright sunlight's a little hard.
And what's that tire you put on there?
This is the Shinko 244. This is going to be my trail wheel, so I wanted something that's going to be good in dirt and with grip. So it sounds like a monster truck when I'm riding down the street, and it's probably killing some of my range, but it'll be good on some of the trails that I hope we can hit right now.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty aggressive tire. We're gonna go out in the woods and see what happens. It's rained for 3 days, so I don't know how muddy it is out there.
I don't care about the mud. I got the mud guard, and I waterproofed it. It's completely waterproof.
Excellent. Now you said you get about 40 miles of range.
I got 40 miles to the beeps from New Hampshire back down to Boston yesterday. Yeah.
There you go. That's a ride and a half.
Yeah. And that's doing 30 to 35 on average.
So it looks like the Master has a very similar frame design to both the T4 and the EX20. I'm a big fan of it. Although it actually looks like it has a little bit more protection. I don't know if that's just from the Clark fairings. This is all the Clark stuff, right?
This is all Clark, but it does have this little foam on the front of the headlight now that I don't think the first version had.
And protect the headlight a little bit.
And the headlight's actually pretty good. This is a version 2, so it's running 67 volt packs.
Oh, right.
So
the first version had those little packs in it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I'd heard that they changed the battery a little bit.
So Jason tried the EX20 once, but now that he's been on the Master for a while, let's see what he thinks of it now.
Oh, and he also rode it when I had the crappy knobby on it. So it's probably a bit of an improvement here with the actual street tire on there.
That's nice.
The suspension is smooth on it.
That's really nice. I kind of want it now.
Well, it's a combination. It's like your Master and your Sherman had a baby.
I know, but that suspension is nice. I mean, I did 711 miles with Archie and crew a few weeks ago, and sitting down is nice, but suspension would be even better.
All right, so my man Jason is nice enough to let me try the Master here in this vacant lot. I'm excited. Let's give it a little ride. Ooh, okay, so immediately it is way taller than the EX20. Yeah, actually this reminds me a lot of the V11. It's much taller. Okay. The suspension feels a lot like the Hero, actually. It's kind of more, just a tad stiff, but it feels like it's got more travel than the Hero. Yeah, it's a tall wheel, especially even in between my legs. It feels a little taller than the EX20, which is interesting. I was kind of expecting it to feel very similar, but then again, this has the 134 volt batteries, which are definitely much taller packs. This thing zips, that's for sure. I can feel that. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, she's torquey. Oh, true. Jason just reminded me that it does feel so tall because it has the Clark stuff on it. It does add a lot of height. I will say, over small bumps and stuff, the suspension is pretty nice. I gotta get used to how this thing turns. Because it is so tall, both pedal height and case-wise, it turns a lot different than the EX20 does. Oh yeah. It's a little bit tough to turn. But I'm sure you'd get used to that after a little while. It feels great over the small bumps though, I'll tell you that. It just eats them alive. And I can definitely tell that this thing is torquey. I mean, it zips a lot better than the EX20 did. I mean, the EX20 is nice. Like, it's not bad accelerating, but it's not good like this. Yeah, so it's still very nimble for a 20-inch tire though, that's for sure. And I don't hate this tire at all. This Shinko he put on there, it's nice. Yeah, Yeah, it's definitely less playful than the T4, but this thing's got some balls. It's got bolts.
All right, so obviously the Master is a 134 volt wheel. So it does use this 4-pin GX20 connector to charge with. So your old 100.8 volt connectors obviously aren't going to work. But that's good. At least you can't accidentally plug into it because it uses this big beefy boy. All right, let's take a look here. So the battery cases are plastic. I kind of thought they were going to be metal like the EX20. It's a little bit disappointing. And these suspension brackets are a lot thinner than the EX20s. That's interesting. I was thinking that that was going to be the same size. These feel like they might be steel though. Actually, yeah, these on the inside there, these look steel as opposed to the aluminum on the EX20. So actually they might be stronger even though they are thinner. It's definitely got a different shock than came with the EX20. I mean, it looks like the same shock, but it's got a different spin out here. We'll see. This is the stock shock. He hasn't put anything new in there yet. I don't know if he plans to or not, but I'm sure you'd get a little bit better action if you switch to like a Rock Shock or a D&M, or if you got the money, a nice Fox float.
All right, guys, so at this point in the video, I just want to add a few more thoughts on the Master here. I was doing a little bit more riding off camera. So my man Jason here likes to ride on hard mode. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody loves hard mode. But personally, I'm a soft mode type of guy. So, a little later in the day, I asked him to switch the Master to soft mode. And oh my lord, this thing is a rocket ship. Now, when I was riding on hard mode, I was kind of like saying in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, all right, you know, I've been riding the Hero high torque. It's similar. Maybe it's a little torquier. I don't know. I didn't go up any crazy hills or anything, but just acceleration wise, okay. Like, yeah, it's fast. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'd compared it to, I've ridden an RS high torque. You know, I've ridden high speed EXN. I'm trying to think of other torquey wheels that I've ridden, but it was definitely torquey. It was a torquey wheel. I liked it a lot. But man, when I put that thing on soft mode, bro, that's dangerously fast. That is the fastest wheel I've ever been on. It's not even close. Like from 0 to 30, the Master on soft mode is incredible. The feeling that you get leaning out on that thing, I was not expecting it to be that fast. You know, for a lot of you speed freaks out there, I know everyone loves hard mode. I'm telling you, embrace the soft mode. Try the soft mode, because the Master on soft mode is unbelievable. One other thing I want to touch on real quick, and this is just a gut feeling, right? This I can't confirm, but I feel like out of the box, at least Jason's Master needed some lubrication. I think maybe it might have even been a little bit over tightened in certain areas on the suspension system, because it just felt a lot like the Hero when I first got it. Like when I got on the Master, immediately I could tell that the suspension wasn't where it needs to be, right? On the EX20S, obviously I've done a lot of work to get it where it is, but it's just so smooth, it's so floaty. And the Hero, I didn't do quite as much work, but even on the Hero, after just a little bit of work, I got it so much nicer. And while the Master really wasn't bad, it felt great. It's a nice little suspension system, at least Jason's was. I can tell, I can feel there's a lot of work to be done there to get it to where it can be, where it should be. So I'm going to be getting a T4 here real soon. I'm going to go do a Begode suspension tuning video. Like, I'm going to do an out-of-the-box suspension tuning for you guys to show you what I think you should be doing when you get these things out of the box, just to make sure that you are going to get the most out of your suspension. It's going to be a little bit scary for people who don't like working on their wheels. I get it, all right? Because you're going to have to unscrew some parts of the suspension linkage. You're going to have to lube it up in there. If you have it, maybe an aftermarket shock. But I'm telling you guys, if you go through the work, it's going to be so worth it for the comfort of the ride, for the quality of the suspension. And it's not that complicated. It's not that hard. We'll make a video about it. All right, so I just got a little taste of the Master today, but I got to say, Big fan. I love the power. You can just feel it as soon as you get on it. You can tell how much zip that bad boy's got. It got torque for days. You're just gonna lean into it and it's just gonna go. You can just tell as soon as you get onto it. It's definitely torqueier than any other 20-inch tire I've been on. Now, obviously, it's not my wheel, so I'm not going to test the top speed or anything like that, but it feels fast. I'm sure there's other guys who are going to be able to show you how fast it is. I've seen people do the mid-50s on this thing and cut it out. So I don't know if I'd be going that fast on it, but it's definitely a fast wheel. The suspension felt extremely comfortable over small bumps. I liked that a lot. Looking at it, it looked pretty robust. Like I said, I do believe it's got steel suspension like bars. So that's definitely an upgrade over the EX20. Like I said, they're a lot thinner than the EX20, but being steel, I think, is better than aluminum. Only time will tell for that, though. All right, well, I'm super excited. I at least got to hop on a Master and try it for a little bit here. Thank you very much, Jason, for giving me the opportunity. Until next time, guys, ride safe.